Hello, welcome back to my video game development videos. It's been a long time since I last posted one of these. Life got in the way, a lot of stuff was happening, but also I fell into this pattern of the longer I spent away from making games, the more I was convincing myself that it would be too hard to get back into it. I managed to tell myself, oh, you've forgotten everything, so there's no point going back. But that's such a self-destructive way of thinking, right? So what I told myself was, okay, well, let's lower the barrier of getting back into it until it's so trivial that it's super easy to start. So instead of thinking, I need to make an entire game, oh my god, there's so much to do, I went with, okay, well, I remember that the title screen stopped working. I know that's an easy fix. Why don't I just open Godot and fix that? And sure enough, as I fixed that problem, I started getting new ideas and I started playing around and it started to come back to me. I'm a really big believer in lowering the barrier of entry like that until it gets you over the line or through the door. Sometimes you need that, and it's just getting started that gives you the motivation to keep going. You don't get motivation by sitting there and hoping it hits you. You have to build motivation. It's like a snowball. And it has snowballed. And I'm really excited to get back into things. This is not a huge update, but I wanted to start holding myself accountable again. So, what have I changed? Well, the first thing is obviously there is now. Let's go to the main menu. There's a title screen. Bingus is running again, and I basically just had to make a new version of Bingus that didn't have all the level Bingus code in. Very easy fix. And now we've got the first level, so I'm quite happy with this as a beginning level. You can see I've added some blocks. The blocks I'm adding some functionality to in the future, stay tuned, but that's for another version. But I quite like this as an opening tutorial level. It's not too difficult. You've got a few things to overcome. You've got a hidden coin up here. The camera is controlling the zones properly, so I rewrote the code for that a little bit. And this is what I'm proud of now. So you go through here, and now it actually does something. Watch. We go to level 2. I haven't finished this level yet, but you can see when you press pause, there's a level title as well. It's called Happier Hill Slopes. But then when you go to the first level, it's just called Happy Hill Slopes. Not very original names, they're placeholders, but there's a level title now. So how are we changing levels, and where is it pulling this level title from? I'm glad you asked. So let's close the game. So let's have a look at the level changing system. There's a couple of things at play here. So when it's time to swap the level after the timer expires, we take the current level variable, which is stored in the global script at the moment, and then we just increment it by 1. You can see I've commented there. And then, so therefore the next level is we go to the level folder, and the levels all have a certain name. You can see them in the bottom left window there. And we just append the level ID on there, and we try and load that file, and we hope it exists, and then we try and change to it. If for some reason we can't, we print back an error. Where do we get the level ID from? That's also a really good question. On every level now, like this one, Grasslands here, we're exporting a couple of things. 3 things to be precise. We're exporting a level ID, so every level has one, and we're just going up incrementally. There's a platform ID for when I'm showing and hiding certain platforms. I'm not really using that as much at the moment, but it is there when I need it. And then we have a level title as well. And so when we go to not the game manager, it's something up here. I can't remember which one of these files it is. Test level. Oh, it is actually this one. Wow, I'm sorry, it's late at night. But what we do is we take the level ID and we set that as the global current level variable, and we take the level title and we do the same. And then obviously in the pause menu, we're printing that global level title variable to a text field. Not very complicated stuff. But the level ID I was quite happy with, because I'm really starting to explore some of the other things that Godot can do. And I've barely touched the surface, but it's so fun. And it's so cool to just explore and see all the stuff that this engine can do. and I don't even have a lot of experience yet. So I am loving the journey. It's super fun. So I'm quite happy with that. There are 4 levels at the moment. One of them is, I would say, like 80% finished. It's not meant to be complicated. The second level is where we start to ramp up the difficulty, and I try to base things around a theme. So with this one, there's just a lot of spikes, and it's all about timing the jumps, just like in Hero Clungo Saves the World, but you can see it's not finished. In level 3, we move to snow, and you can see here I've added a snow effect. Here we go, let's give it. This isn't finished either, this is just a demo, but you can see the snow. It's pretty good. I followed a tutorial on YouTube for that. Oh no, a red coin, I missed it. I'm going to have to die and go again. But it worked really well. I think it adds a bit of charm to the level. You can't really see the text though, so that's a problem. This didn't involve any real coding. It was just ticking some boxes and changing some settings. It's really cool. Pun not intended, because it is a snow level. So that's really good. And then after that, we've also got a level 4. This I haven't even done any. This is not. It's not even remotely a level yet. But this is a cave style level. So you can see it here. Malooney Mines, very original name. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but that's all done by me as well. But this is just nothing. This is just a reskin of the snow level, but I was just playing around to have a bit of fun. So I'm really happy with that. It's really getting somewhere. The main systems are done. All to get version 1 out the door, I just need to make the levels. To get just a minimum viable product out there in the world. Just a few levels, get it out there, and then we can start thinking about what to add next. And I've got some ideas. I was thinking of maybe hats you could unlock for Bingus, like a little shop you can spend your coins on. But I'm not really confident with UI elements yet, so that would take a bit of learning to get that done. I would like to, at the moment, what annoys me is that if I want a row of coins, you can see that I have to do individual ones. I tried to create a scene that had 5 of these coins in that scene, but what that did was create errors because it was trying to reference things that weren't in the scene that the coins are in now. And the only real solution I could think of was to take the game manager, which is currently a local script within the level, and make that a global script, which I think is probably the most logical thing to do. And it would solve a lot of other problems because it would just make things a lot more easily addressable. But there are some growing pains with that because it involves referencing things and changing the way things are connected. And I don't really want to do it. So I'm holding off on that for as long as I can. But I know deep down, in order for Bingus to fly, we must make these optimizations. So we'll get there. We'll make it a singleton, but just not yet. And then what I would also love to add is a debug screen where I can just go straight to a level, but I have no idea how to do that. So maybe I'll watch a tutorial. I think it might be a UI thing as well. We'll wait and see. Anyway, that's all I've done. It doesn't seem like a lot, but even just making this level has given me the confidence to keep going and get me back into it. I'm loving the journey. I'm having a great time. If you are subscribed and you're watching this, thank you so much as well. Please, as always, let me know what you think and what you're working on. And soon I will have a version that I can share online and you can play and break it and mess around with it and maybe give me some feedback as well if you want to. That's the end of this episode. Thanks again for sticking around and see you next time.